Hey, good morning. Or actually, probably mid-afternoon, but I still have coffee. Um, Iced coffee because the heat came back up. It's warm now, and in fact, I've gotten so used to stoking the fire all day long, I have managed to get it to a balmy 70 degrees in my living room. That's with all of our constraints of blankets in the doorways and just staying on top of the fire. This morning, we're going to talk about bobbin lace. I've sort of off and on showed you different lace pieces that I got in with Jane's stuff, and I think I showed you a bobbin lace. Oh no, I didn't. I showed you Battenberg and Romanian point lace. So I will, within this video, show you some examples of bobbin lace. Bobbin lace was, as I understand it, the first one to go the way of mechanization. When in the 1850s, when they figured out how to weave fabric, somebody shortly thereafter figured out how to do the weaving similar to bobbin lace. And I'll show you, or I'll try to find the video. There's a really cool video about one of the last remaining lace machines in France and what is all involved in the bobbin lace making process. However, I make bobbin lace, not well, not frequently, but it has been an ongoing personal development project for me. When Kelly and I joined the International Organization of Lace and started going to the conferences every year, I decided that I wanted to learn I wanted to learn several laces. It's interesting because Kelly had already decided that she didn't love bobbin lace and that she really loved tatting. I tried tatting. It is not my favorite lace technique, and I'm not good at it at all. And I can say I'm not great at bobbin lace either, but I do seem to like it more than I do tatting. So I keep plugging away at bobbin lace. Yesterday, we got some messages in the A Twisted Pico Facebook from a gal who was interested in taking up bobbin lace and had questions about pillows. So I'm going to show you three of my pillows. My bolster pillow has gone missing, and that is my favorite pillow. So I'll have to find that and show you the bolster pillow later. But I'm going to show you an example of a pillow that I made myself. A cookie pillow, which I think is probably the best overall one for a beginner to get. And then one that has moving cubes, and I don't even know what that's called. I should look that up. But it has moving cubes of foam so that you can work for a while, scoot your work up, and then move the cubes. All right. So on my lap, this is a little pillow that I just made myself. It's a piece of ethafoam with fabric over the top of it, and that's all. That's all it is. Just a square piece of ethafoam. Ethafoam is the really white, spongy... Oh, here, say hello to Atlas. He's sleeping on the couch. It's a really spongy white, sort of self-healing foam that often comes packed in with your electronics things that you order. I know my husband gets it in all the time. And right here, I'll insert a photo of ethafoam so you can see what it looks like. Now, there are some problems with this one. As you can see, I have a project that, honestly, when I found this, I didn't even remember starting this project because that's how unexciting it was. It was just a cloth stitch. And I think I decided I was just going to do cloth stitch for the whole length of this. I pulled this out of my bobbin lace cabinet and I went, forget that. I don't want to just do boring old cloth stitch. So I'm going to go look for a pattern or a pricking that will accommodate just a few bobbins, say 8 pairs. Bobbins are counted in pairs. And maybe do a little lace edging here. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my work this way and work down this way. And I'll tell you why. See how when you work, you pass a working pair, and this is my working pair right now. This can change, but this is my working pair. You pass your working pair back and forth across the passives, or these bobbins here. And these sit here, and look at them. They're falling off constantly. And that's why, as a beginner, you might want to think about a little bit bigger pillow with tapered edges. See how this is a very, very firm, tight edge? Now, the other thing I could do is also shave this off with a knife. But there are flaws with this. Now, the reason I made this pillow is I wanted a quick little pillow that I could carry with me when I travel. But as you can see, this is not very practical for actually working, especially as a beginner where you're keeping track of where your bobbins are and what your bobbins should look like up in the work. It's very difficult. It's taken me years to figure out what position my bobbins should be in. And believe me, I am no expert. All right, next pillow. This is a cookie pillow. And why is it called a cookie pillow? Well, of course, it's because it's shaped like a big old cookie. I believe this is an 18-inch cookie pillow, and this is probably the first size I ever worked with. And I believe this 18-inch is also the one we sell in the shop. Now, this one is just made out of old school styrofoam. It's not my favorite. When you poke your pins in it, it doesn't self-heal very well. It's a little stiff to get your pins poked into. And then this is a motif I just finished. But not my favorite. This is what you'd call a pricking. It's a pattern. And every place there's a dot is where your a pin goes in. And then see those lines? Those lines are where you weave your threads back and forth and back and forth. So this has a pair that goes up the middle that only comes in every other zigzag. This is probably the easiest pattern to do. So you can see here, if I lay this over the top, that is what I made. I used that pricking to make this shape. Okay, so cookie pillow. I highly recommend this for beginners. Ooh, I have a needle in there. I highly recommend this for beginners. Cookie pillows are the easiest to work with. You've got this gentle shaved slope, and it gives your bobbins a place to rest while you work. They won't come untwisted while you're working because they're vertical on a vertical plane. Cookie pillow. All right, now this is another kind. It has separate cubes, much like the one I made, and you can make these yourself if you have access to ethafoam. And you can make them into 6 or 8. And the way that they work is you can pull them out. Now this has an additional fancy factor in that it also has the shaved or sloped edge around the outside so that you have a place for your bobbins to rest. You can work around 3 sides of this pillow, and it just makes your bobbin management a little easier. Up. And if you, as you can see, this has got foam or sometimes straw. And then it has a wooden center and then a pressed board back on it so that you can poke your finger up through these holes and get the pieces out. The pieces come in and out. And if you can see, this one's about a 5x5 or a 6x6 square. I could put it in. And then I could put these 2 more brick-shaped ones, 3x3 or 3x6, and put them in. But I could also reverse these and put them here, or even put a short one at either end. I can also go in and take foam or ethafoam, and I could put in 4 of this size, or even 8. So this one really gives you the opportunity to do what you want with your own. And if you can see, let me move this. As you can see, these are just whip stitched on and covered in green. Now, this one is probably commercially made. These may have been adapted on the inside, these ones, because it gives you control to change these out. The other kind of pillow that is somewhat similar to this is a roller pillow. And what you have on a roller pillow is a shortened version of these sloped sides here. But then what would be in here, slipped down into here, is a round or bolster pillow, if you will, a mini bolster pillow that slides in here, and then you can roll your work on it and continue to work over distances for edging laces and things. Bolster pillows, these pillows, and roller pillows are all made to do long lengths of, or, you know, specifically created or invented to do longer lengths of lace. The cookie pillow is more suitable to motifs, doilies, things like that. Now, can you not make long lace on a cookie pillow? Of course you can. Can you not make a doily on a pillow like this? Of course you can. None of this is fast and hard rules. They are just suggestions. There are some things that are easier than others. And and that's why we have the various pillows. Of course, there's also the fact that when you get into bobbin lace, you tend to start collecting. So two of the pillows you've seen today were given to me by my mother-in-law. The bobbins you got a glimpse of today were given to me by my mother-in-law. I have several kinds of bobbins because, like the pillows, you collect. So these are spangled bobbins from my mother-in-law. They're very fine bobbins made out of hardwoods, and then these spangles help keep them laying flat on your pillow so they don't roll around. They're Belgian bobbins. Those ones are square. The wood part's square. This shaft part's squared off. So they don't move around, but you don't have these extra weight of the spangles on them. All the bobbins are made to suit the kind of lace that you want to make. Hence, it's really easy to start collecting bobbins. Now, the one thing about this is you need lots of bobbins. You need about 40 bobbins, 48 bobbins to get started in bobbin lace. You can use hundreds of bobbins in a single project, depending upon how complicated it is, how delicate it is, and its ultimate use. So, yeah, there's lots to know about bobbin lace. I hope that this little intro piques your interest. Just so you know, we sell the Belgian bobbins at Black Sheep. We sell some of the French bobbins at Black Sheep. We sell a beginner's bobbin lace kit that comes with a book that most of the teachers use for beginner's bobbin lace. It comes with a pillow. It comes with bobbins, and it comes with some thread to make your first few patterns with. And we do that to make sure that the supplies you have will work with the patterns in the book. The only thing not in there to get you started with your bobbin lace is a pusher and a pricker, which can be, those things are not things that you need off the fly. Scissors are not in that kit. And then we don't put pins in that kit because you can use pretty simple for beginning projects sewing pins. All right, I hope you like this video. If you aren't subscribing, please do subscribe. It helps the channel a ton and it helps us propagate. Give us a thumbs up. Have you done bobbin lace before? If you have, give me a comment and tell me about it. Or does this scare the bejeebies out of you? Let me know. And I'll see you on Sunday. Bye.